Happy Life Day, everyone. It's the Star Wars LEGO Holiday Special. So I didn't initially plan on watching this. I got convinced to do so because I was told it was pretty good. And I haven't really watched anyone else's review. In fact, very few people have even talked about the LEGO Holiday Special, which feels odd to me because it's actually a really interesting piece of Star Wars. The general premise is really simple. It takes place, obviously, after some point after episode 9, I would assume. And Rey is teaching Finn how to be a Jedi and not having particularly good luck with it. And she's consulting the texts and trying to figure out what she's doing wrong as a teacher. And eventually she finds out that there's a planet where there's a tree on Life Day that will give you guidance. So she takes BB-8, flies to this other planet, and finds this little key that allows her to travel time, and ends up going into time travel shenanigans, where initially she's watching students and teachers together. She's seeing Obi-Wan with Qui-Gon. She's seeing Obi-Wan with Anakin. She is seeing Anakin with Luke with Yoda, and eventually Vader and the Emperor, and the Emperor sends Vader after her, and they start just jumping through time and having all these silly adventures. They go to basically every movie, at least from episode 8 and 1 through 8, definitely for sure. They happen to skip a certain episode for some reason. And they do throw a little bit of shade at some decisions made in the prequels, or not prequels, excuse me. And they do throw some shade at a few decisions made in the sequel series, which is really good. Ends kind of shenanigans for the most part. I mean, the one thing about LEGO Star Wars is that it's very much not meant to be taken seriously. It's a comedy, sometimes a little bit of a satire, and they do a really good job with that throughout this. Your A-plot of Rey jumping through time, ends up being a complete just mess. She ends up getting Luke before episode 4, and he's just kind of confused, like, I'm just a sand farmer. Like, what do you want me for? And Vader's running around. You even have a moment where Vader from Return of the Jedi runs into Vader from Empire Strikes Back, and they actually fight each other because I'm Vader. No, I'm Vader. And it's silly. It's not meant to be taken seriously. I don't think Vader would fight himself if he randomly stumbled into himself. And I'm not going to give away all the gags. There's a lot of funny moments, a lot of cute moments. And while all that's going on, you have the B story of Finn, Poe, and the rest on the Millennium Falcon trying to set up a Life Day celebration for Chewbacca's family, which looks to have a Mala and a Lumpy. I'm not sure if Itchy was there. I hope he was. Everyone loves Grandpa Itchy. And they're just playing games and eating food and wrecking the Falcon with, again, shenanigans, because the whole thing's just to be silly and fun. Eventually, they have Lando show up, and he brings a party with him, including Max Rebo and a few other likable, knowable characters, and they all just having their crazy party and stuff. And eventually, Rey learns a lesson about, don't be such a jerk to your students. And, students teach teachers just as much as teachers teach students. That kind of simple moral lesson. And she joins the party, and it's a big hullabaloo at the end where everyone's just having a good time and everyone's just happy. Which is really great because what's never happens in the sequel trilogy? People are happy. People are never happy in the sequel trilogy. Everyone is miserable in that, and now we're seeing a version where the characters are actually happy and enjoying themselves, and it's kind of nice and refreshing, to be honest. I will say that I'm not a huge fan of the sequel trilogy, but this did a fun use of the characters and made fun of some of the issues with that trilogy, and it just had fun celebrating, the 40-some years of Star Wars, which is great. It's great seeing all the characters, weird interactions. The Emperor and Vader meets Kylo Ren because of time travel shenanigans, and you just have that kind of weirdness going on, and it's great. And it's just, there's in-jokes to the series, there's just general kind of, fourth wall breaking. The humor is really well done. The voice cast is a little odd. I'm just going to say that right now. If you're expecting people to have spot-on voices to the actors from the movies, nope. I actually like Lego Rey more than the actual actress because she actually had emotion, and it's really nice to hear emotion in someone's voice when they're trying to be the lead character. But unfortunately, like, Finn does not at all sound like his movie counterparts, and it's kind of off-putting. And Poe is kind of that way too. They don't really sound like their movie counterparts. Nor does Luke. The guy's trying with Luke. He's trying to sound like 20-year-old Mark Hamill, really, really hard, but it's not quite there. The Emperor's great. Vader's fine. Kylo Ren's generally fine. It's generally a mixed kind of bag of that because they didn't get any of the main actors back, or if they did, they don't quite sound like themselves. So, it is what it is. But it's a Lego thing. It's meant to be a small little project, some humor, and overall really enjoyable. I was surprised I liked this. I was going in and going like, oh, this is going to be dumb. We already have a holiday special. I'm probably going to be forced to review it as part of Star Stuff. So let's just skip this. And I'm like, no, watch it. Give it a chance. It's funnier and more enjoyable than you might think. And lo and behold, it's funnier and more enjoyable than you might think. If you have some kids who are kind of into Star Wars, I think they'll get a kick out of it. If you want something that has, a little bit closer to the Robot Chicken holiday special, excuse me. If you're looking for something a little bit closer to the Robot Chicken Star Wars episodes or the Family Guy Star Wars episodes, you're going to have something kind of more on that leaning as a form of Star Wars programming. It's surprisingly enjoyable. It's fun for the whole family. And sometimes you just need to not take your franchise so seriously. And this is a great way to just let loose and tell some Star Wars jokes. Thanks for watching. Please let me know in the comments if you saw the holiday special and what you think of it. And if you want me to watch the original holiday special and review it, let me know. It's kind of a family tradition to watch it, so I'm probably going to watch it anyways. Until next time, please like and subscribe. It only takes a few seconds for you, but it's really helpful to small channels like mine. And until next time, remember, this is the way.